Hey guys, Robert here, and yep, glasses off. This is not going to be as explosive as a rant at last time, but it's something we still need to talk about. Okay, ever since that one retail comic book store owner went on about how people like comic pros need to stop making self inserts, it's caused a whole typhoon of people giving their own opinions. And one thing that has been bothering me. It's bothering me when the guy was making the implications. And yeah, the guy seems to follow a lot of CG people, so I wonder how much that's tainted his views. But you have that. And then you also got people on the other side, like the pros saying, oh, you gotta deal with it. It's okay. First of all, the annoying statement I kept hearing was it's solely the bad, horrible writing is why stars are going out of business. Because Marvel and DC are forcing them to be buying books. They are forcing them to do it. They have to buy all these crappy books, and it's pushing all of their stuff away, and the retailers are just suffering and blah, 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 blah. Now, I'm not saying that's not 100% part of the cause. I'm sorry, let me phrase it. I'm not saying that's not part of the cause, but it's the sole reason? Nuh-uh. No, it is not the sole reason. And people who are saying it are just pushing their own agendas. Now, why do I think that? Well, here's why. Now, keep in mind this. I am not a retailer. I have not worked in the on the business side of a comic book store. Hell, I never even technically officially worked at one. I volunteered, but I go there regularly. All this is based off of my own observations. So here's what I have noticed. First of all, my local comic book store, it's a chain that's lasted 30 years. One of which where I got a few comics in my youth, not that often because I didn't go regularly, of course, was there when I was a kid. I mean, yeah, 93, I would have been about 8 years old, so adds up. And basically, but here's the thing though, they have 4 stores. 4 stores, none of which are in danger of closing down. And the stores are pretty much, okay, I wouldn't say they're solely comics, but they're not one of those who have mostly ditched the comics for all the other odds and ends, merchandise, things like that. No. Hell, let me put it this way. The manga shelf, one shelf about as big as my shelves, thereabouts. And all the rest are graphic novels. The main floor area, you have the main individual comics. Now, this is not a store that is licensed to be getting buying and selling used books and having all these long back issues. No. Most of it, what they sell is what their stock is still of any of their back issues. But yeah. And then, of course, you have a bunch of figures strung about. You have omnibuses still everywhere. You have kids' books in one section. You got shirts, figures. But it's a fair balance that you would see at a normal comic book store. This is not one of the stores that seem to thrive more on the merch more than anything else. Now, and again, 4 stores. 4 stores. Just keep that in mind. And not that though, but I'm not saying never, but I rarely see them have like huge multiple stacks of books that are not being taken off the shelf. At all. And I mean, it sometimes happens once in a while, yes. And they also get variants, but from my observation, they don't get that many of the variants. At least at the store I've been going to, they don't. And I'm pretty sure they get enough just for each store that they have 1 or 2 variants, which is where my issue is. Are the people giving, and here's where I think it boils down to 3 things that make or break a comic book store. 3 things. First of all, yes, it's the quality. The quality of the books is one of them. The second is the intelligence, the business savviness of the store owner. And third, it's the dedication and loyalty, the type of customers they have. And I think people keep forgetting that third one. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, and I've asked this to the guy who's the main manager of the store that I frequent. And he clarified on this. majority and one very loyal customer base, and that has been proven time and again. Even when COVID hit, everyone the owners reached out and said, "We'll get the books and mail them to you." They were willing to do that while everyone was under quarantine, and basically, and everyone did it. Just about everyone did it. But the other thing is, most of the people do not just get key issues. They usually get a broad amount of issues. And I've seen that. So many times I go there, I see people get stacks of books. Stacks of books, stacks of books. Rarely do I see them get one or two. I mean, it happens, obviously. But not that frequently from what I think. Usually I see people get pretty big stacks of books. And I get stacks of books as well. And the manager admits, yeah, they pretty much get stacks of books, and that's just at my store. I'm pretty sure the other stores do the same thing, which tells me that this also thing. And I think this is where a lot of the issue come from. Now, because am I saying all these retail stores are bad businesses? No, not intentionally. But here's what I think the issue boils down to. The big issue boils down to the fact that they might be relying too much on people who just buy the key issues. And the key issues are a lot of times where it can make and break a person dropping. And that, I think, is where the issue comes from. Now, does that mean like, oh, they're just buying the key issues and none of the others? Some, yes. Then there might be others who are dependent on coming into the store for the key issues, and they might buy things here and there. But I think that is where, this is my own opinion, my own theory, I think that is where the keyness comes from. It depends on their customer base. Now, you might have a lot of people who are just growing out of comics, might be turning away from comics. Yes, that's true. But I don't think the majority of them are being turned away just because, oh, it sucks and these stores are losing all their business. Now, obviously, there are people who are going to bitch and complain to the owner. Yes, that's going to happen. Pretty sure the guy who did that video was saying and was basically mentioning what people are complaining about. Which I gotta say, at least to one little complaint I gotta make to some of the pros saying, deal with it, or you're not going for the right thing. Putting the blame all on him when it's like, you guys clearly do not know how comic books work. And I know it's majority of people who were telling this guy to piss off were more of the recent writers. The writers who either have never run a store, or if they did, either forgotten, look at you, Donnie, or things of that nature. Because I know Jimmy Palmiotti and Gail Simone definitely were coming to the guy's defense. And they've been around quite a bit more longer than many of the others. And I think they know well enough that, yeah, a retailer is going to be giving you the actual words from the people. It's not like, because here's what I think. I think some of these creators truly think that just by putting on the shelf, no one knowing, they're going to have people out there be like, oh, my progressive and senses are tingling. There's a new comic book somewhere out there. I'm going to go to that store and buy it. And here these going to be new customers coming in out of nowhere. That's not how it works, people. And I think that's a weird thing. I think some of these pros truly think that you just put it on the shelf, magically people are going to just flock to the store. No! In fact, more people are going to probably buy it online digitally or something. And even then, from my understanding, Miles High Comics even have given issues. So, and yet you're not listening to them? Wow. But still, it's just, but yeah, those people are really annoying me. But again, the quality is not the sole cause. Because one, I keep saying this, there's plenty of good books out there. There's going to be a lot of people going to tell you, they all suck. All comics suck. All comics written by women suck. I'll get to that one later. It's like, all comic books suck. All of them. Everything that's out there from the big two sucks. Okay, Marvel might have more sucky books, but DC, I still think, has some good ones. I mean, it's seen by Joshua Williamson, Jeremy Adams. Mark Waid has been putting out some of the best comics he's done in years. I mean, again, I can list other ones. I mean, Chip Zdarsky's Batman's not that bad. Gotham War was atrocious, yes, but I'm positive there's other factors behind it. Hell, I met Zeb Wells at Motor City Comic Con. Nice guy. And I even asked him, what was the story behind Dark Web? And he admitted it was editorial, which makes me wonder about the other at moments of his run. I'm not going to assume, I'm just saying makes you wonder, makes you think. So there's always a story behind this stuff. But anyway, I'm deviating a little from that. But the point is, it's not all that. Because again, 4 stores, people. And again, it's not like it's all full of manga. Hell, my closest Barnes & Noble, get this, they have just about as much manga on the bookshelf as the graphic novels. However, the graphic novels get the back wall shelves, which are bigger. The ones that actually go from the bottom to the seat into way up high, maybe not the ceiling, but taller than usual. The manga, last I checked, got mostly the smaller shelves. And makes you wonder, my area, if not Michigan as a whole, is more in the comics than they are manga. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. I don't know. I'm just going from my own observation. Now, am I saying my thing is the norm? No. But I'm just saying, though, is that my thing seems to be an exception that seems to disprove a lot of this stuff. Because, again, is it frequent? Possibly. But I'm positive it's also, if it's at my store, I'm positive there are other stores that are better. Now, again, so much of these comic book stores rely on the area. That is very true. A lot of them rely on the area. And maybe the area is changing. But that's that's something that the store owner cannot control. And you can't put all the blame. And yes, the quality then is shooting them in the foot because what few customers they have are leaving. But let's be honest, probably going to leave eventually anyway if they were that fickle about the books and they were only getting those and the key issues plus a few things here and there. That kind of tells me the store was scraping by if that was the case. Again, just my opinion. I am not saying this as a fact. I am just saying this as an observation. And people really need to think about this stuff. But nope, they just want to grab onto that narrative and be all, oh, it's only because the qualities of the shitty comic and woke comics are what's killing the big stores. Again, no. It cannot be the sole factor. It can be a key factor, yes. And again, yes, there are people who are probably complaining to the store owners, or store owners are making observation about how, like, with Spider-Man, it's clearly going downhill fast, as with some of his stuff. Not uber fast, but definitely there's been a decline. That's one thing I've definitely heard. Spider-Man's been a bit on the decline. And I'm sure there are other books that have been on the decline. And again, I don't know all the sales figures. Obviously, I don't. But the thing is, though, like I said, if my stores can survive, that tells, and because of good business sense and a loyal customer base that buy that buy regular stacks of other books and everything, and come frequently, tells you something, I think. Again, I'm repeating, 4 stores. Think about that. Just think about that, guys. Now, since I also have your attention, what, it is a side rant, what the fuck has been going on with EBS and CG and all that stuff lately? Pushing this horrible bullshit that, oh, this one news journalist really badgered Dan DiDio to get more women in, and that's why comics are going downhill, because no woman knows how to write it. Wow, Ethan, you're throwing Gay under the bus again. I thought you were close friends. Clearly that bridge has been burned long ago. And it's like, seriously, Louise Simonson, Ann Nesenti, yes, even Gail Simone, and trying to think of some other writers. I had a few others in my head, but my point stands. There have been good writers, women writers, or women artists even. Amanda Connor, great artist, or manga. A lot of the manga creators, and oh boy, from what I understand, he basically said, oh, it's so easy for them to work on. It's cheap and lazy. Once again, his big bias against the anime and manga is showing clearly. But seriously, what? Seriously, what the fuck? It's like Easton only likes women if they are praising him and nothing more. Because seriously, like all women see men and superhero males as sexist and misogynistic and all that crap. No, they don't. I mean, I went over Gail Simone's Superman 1 a while ago. He did not make Superman ineffective at all. She wrote a very good Superman, a great Lois as well. Hell, I mean, come on, villains united, people. Are we forgetting that? And okay, and even though there were female superheroes, Gail wrote some very good superheroics in Birds of Prey. They were not all this whole slice of life. I'm gonna go, ooh, get my nails done. All this feel-good stuff. Because no, she was a comic fan. Now, does this mean a lot of some of the current crop of writers are just wanting to throw comic book superheroes out the window and make things more about them? Oh yeah, I'm positive there are. I mean, Max Visaggio seems to go out of her way to make any IP or character trans just because she can, and that is not right whatsoever. But at the same time, if you get someone who can actually hold a leash on her and not go for her causes, she can put out adequate. Sorry about that. I accidentally hit the spacebar button that stopped it. But I'm saying, Max can put out adequate quality work if you keep a leash on her. A lot of creators, if you keep a leash on them, they will be fine. There's no question about that. However, it seems like there are just so many people out there who just want to latch on to say, get rid of all women! Get rid of all women! I mean, Mariko Tamaki, yes, everyone get a brand, I Am Not Starfire. Are people forgetting her Wonder Woman run or her Detective Comics run, which if I seen their call even Yellow Flash was being positive about, oh, we can't have that. Seriously, people, she does a lot of good stuff when you have a leash on her. Clearly, that young adult that I Am Not Starfire was done to give her something to appease her that wasn't in continuity. But you guys keep on thinking stuff like that is in continuity when it's not. It is not in continuity whatsoever. Okay, yes, some of these graphic novels can be made continuity, but not something that extreme of giving Starfire this normal human daughter. No, none of that is going to, and it's going to be retconned into being canon. None of it. But you guys keep on thinking it will be. Again, back to my point. Are there writers, and you got to look at it like this, and look at them as being bad writers that just happen to be either women, a person of color, or LGBTQ, any of that, because that's what you look at. You look at the person as an individual. Trying to generalize, saying all women are this way, all people of color are this way, all LGBTQ are this, says more about you, and you just want to label all of them as problematic. When again, you can list a number of creators that would fit any of those categories as having just as many, if not more, great writers or artists or what have you out there. But you guys, but so many of you guys want to just latch onto it so you can say, yeah, it sucks, and we got to be more like us. It's like, you guys are making yourselves look more and more like the bigots these people accuse you of being. I guess you don't mind that. You don't mind negative optics, do you? Until you start losing and bleeding money, then you realize, oh my God, I gotta start reaching out to other people beyond my echo chamber. But you guys are so comfortable in that fucking echo chamber of yours that you just cannot let you leave it. I mean, that's the whole point of an echo chamber. I get it. But you guys just want your confirmation bias. And you guys are just so busy smelling each other's farts and everything, getting high on the gas, that you just cannot see that what you are doing is falling apart. It is deteriorating. It is rotting away, but you guys cannot see it. You are just so like, nope, not thinking. A better analogy. You guys are on an island that is big enough that you are convinced it's the whole world. That's the big example. So many of you guys keep on thinking you represent all fandoms. You represent everything out there. You most certainly do not. Like I said, this wasn't going to be a major rant at all, but just wanted to get both of these topics out of the way. I got another rant I want to do with Ingrid eventually about Godzilla, and oh boy, we'll get to that, but thank you guys for indulging me on this. It's more of a discussion than it is a rant, but it was still a bit of a rant. Fuck, shit, son of a bitch, whatever, kiss my ass, any type of curse words you want to tack on. But yeah, until then, I will see you guys on the next one, and maybe I should start doing more of these rants to get them out of my system. But like I said, this was less of a rant and more trying to get a point out. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.